So you just finished the annual event,
Yes.
and you just started going to something. You went, and I said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, hang on, let me hit the record button." And so we were about 15 seconds into it. So
Yeah.
tell me what got quite a bit of buzz. What was that again?
So we built what's called an AI agent. We've actually built nine of them, but this one particular one that we built. And by agent, I don't mean anything to do with a real estate agent. I
Yeah, yeah.
mean the traditional definition of agent, which is somebody or something that does something on your behalf,
So
right?
basically, another word for assistant,
Yeah, yeah, or a
helper. Yeah,
bot, or
yeah,
whatever you
yeah.
want to
I
call it,
got it.
right? And so we built this thing. It's really amazing. So you have a loan officer has a telephone number assigned to the loan officer.
Okay.
Okay, and it's you advertise it, you give it to realtors, open houses, you put it on all your paraphernalia,
Okay.
and a borrower calls that number, an automated AI agent, AI assistant picks up the phone every single time. It's conversational over the telephone. It asks about 7 questions, maybe 10, depending upon the answer that it gets.
Yeah.
And in about 5 or 6 minutes, the borrower has a pre-qualification letter delivered to them via email, from the system, and the system also tries to put the borrower on the loan officer's calendar. And so when the loan officer, when it's at nighttime or when it's on the weekend, people are going through open houses. When you're not able to pick up the phone, this system will take the information, issue a pre-qualification letter, and send the loan officer a copy of the call and an AI summary of the call so the loan officer can follow up. And the system tries to put them on your calendar and also does live call transfers if you want to be available for a live call transfer. It's amazing.
All right. So let me make sure I got this because this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
So I put a thing on the back of my business card, on my web page, on my social media bio, like everywhere. I tattoo it on my forehead.
Hmm.
And basically it's 24-hour hotline for pre-qualifications.
Pre-qualification.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now the first thing some people might say is, hey, wait a minute. Pre-qual isn't the same as a pre-approval, and it's not. But
Not
my
even
thought is,
close.
as you're
Yeah.
talking, not even close. But my thought is, you're talking this a pre-qual, and let's call it a pre-application for a pre-qual is infinitely better than them hitting a voicemail.
And infinitely better than them hitting a voicemail and then calling another lender.
That's exactly right. Because we
Right.
know not all of them's going to do that. I'm not even sure most would do that, but let's call it a significant amount would, and each one is costing the loan officer, give or take, about 3 grand.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so just a couple of
Interesting.
things about this. First, about the difference between the pre-qual and the pre-approval.
Yeah.
So the I think we can all agree, everyone listening to this, that the mortgage application is not intuitive to a person who's not in the mortgage business,
Mhm.
right? The average general public participant, the average worker, the average person getting a loan doesn't understand the underwriting process on income and what income can be included and what income can't be included, what debts can be disallowed or have to be counted, and all that kind of stuff. So the technology is not yet ready to do a true pre-approval.
Mhm.
So if you must have a pre-approval that's ironclad and whatever, this product's not for you, right? It just isn't. But this product is designed, what you have to wrap your mind around is more borrowers, more mortgage conversations, leads to more offers, leads to more yeses,
Yeah. You know what it is,
right?
man. You know what it is? It's a scroll stopper.
Mm-hmm.
It's a scroll stopper.
Yeah,
So somebody's
yeah.
scrolling. I pick up the phone, I call you. I'm talking to this AI assistant, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
is pretty darn impressive, by the way, because I haven't heard that one, but I know it's the same technology of the one that you have in my
Same,
office.
yeah,
Yeah.
same platform.
And,
Yeah.
and here at the end, I'll give everybody the phone number of the one at my office. You can listen to these things. It's impressive. It really is. And so for me, the idea would be it instead of hitting my voicemail, they start the process. When people start the process, they really stop making other phone calls, generally speaking, because once they
Mm-hmm.
feel like they've got something going, most people are like everybody but the 10% of engineers, right? The other 90%, they feel like they got something in process. And frankly, for me, and I'm just thinking out loud here, Owen, as I'm hearing this for the first time, I would let that thing shoot out that pre-qual letter. You and I both know that doesn't have the same strength as a pre-approval. It stops the scroll on a Saturday afternoon when I'm at my kid's birthday party. And then
Mm-hmm.
when I finish with a birthday party or on Monday morning or somebody on the team, call them back up on Monday, say, "Hey, awesome, saw you did this, great. Hey, in the pre-qual letter, I hope it helped you. Let me tell you what the next step is."
That's
And
right.
then and then in depth, collecting the docs and doing a true pre-approval. It's just a scroll stopper. I love it, man.
Well, if you think about this for a second, let me just give you a couple of facts. So, Rocket Mortgage spent approximately $2 billion acquiring Redfin, right? They
Yeah.
paid more than double the closing stock price on the last day that Redfin traded as an independent stock.
Okay.
Why did they do that? Right? Because now they can see everything that goes in and out of Redfin activity, right? So it's simple for Rocket. More borrowers, more conversations earlier in the process leads to more yeses and more closings, right?
Mm.
It's not complicated. Sometimes things are simple. So what does our system do, right? You plaster that phone number all over. I love that, Carl. I'm going to steal it from you. Tattoo it on your forehead, right?
Mm.
Um, and more potential borrowers call. They talk to the agent. They get an opportunity to live transfer to you. They get an opportunity to get a pre-qualification from you, and you get the actual call recording, and so you can listen to the whole call before you call them, and an AI summary of the call. And what does it lead to? Right? More conversations, more borrowers, sooner in the process, more offers, more closings. You and I talk all the time. The most amazing stat to me in the mortgage business: 79% of all borrowers get their loan from the first person to whom they speak. The first person. This leads to more first person conversations. It's
Mm.
amazing. And not even getting into the possibilities of, how it helps the realtor agents, how this opens up a new avenue of talking to referral sources about how you can help them. It's we generated more excitement on this product in 48 hours than I've seen in just about anything in the mortgage business.
Mhm. Well, and the other thing that I'm just thinking out loud here. 6 months ago, these things didn't exist, and maybe it was 7 months, maybe it was 8 months, but you get the idea.
Right, right,
So
right.
6 months
Yep.
ago, these things didn't exist, and frankly, it still doesn't exist with 99%, 99.9% of the loan officers out there. Let's just keep it real here.
Correct.
6 months from now, if not sooner, I bet this thing will be able to collect docs, review income, and issue a
Hmm.
pre-approval. I
Yeah.
bet you know.
Yeah. I'll tell you this, Carl. I had a conversation with a very, very smart man named Tim Bowler. And he is the president of ICE Mortgage, which basically means he's the CEO of Encompass.
Okay.
Okay. Because ICE is a gigantic company. They own the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ and whatever. So, but he's
Okay.
basically the CEO of Encompass, right? Smart company, billions of dollars of resources. I said, hey, Tim, I said, how long before AI completely transforms the mortgage business? I'm talking about processors carrying loads of 70 files and docs go into closing without a human being touching them. I mean, things that we're thinking about in the industry. And he said probably about 24 months. He said, but if you don't start for 24 months, you'll be too late. You'll be run over by the steam engine, right? As an industry, we need to start working on this now. We need to find that muscle. We need to develop that muscle. If you wait 12 to 18 months, you are so far behind, you might never catch up, right? I had a conversation and listened to a talk from a guy named Joe Welu, who's the CEO of Total Expert.
Okay.
Now, I'm not trying to sell Total Expert. I don't get a commission check. None of that stuff, right? Just remember what he said. He said, this is a lot of change. He was talking about their AI platform. And he said, this is a lot of change. And I know people don't like change. But if you don't like change, how do you think you will like being irrelevant? Oh,
Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think or tell me what you'd like to hear next. Very interesting. So I love this, man. Do you have do you have some of the early adopters turning it on already? Have you had are they in the process of turning it on this week or did one or two already get signed up on it?
yeah. No, we got about six people using it right now. Now, keep in mind, we'll have this entire thing rolled out to our whole company by December the 1st.
Yeah.
We've got about six people using it right now. We've got another AI agent built on the same platform that we've got 100 people using right now. So
That's the
it'll go
answering.
fast.
Is that the answering service?
Correct. Yeah.
Dude, the answering
So,
service. In fact, I'll let me grab mine real quick. Um these answering services, so we canceled over on the training side, or yes, we canceled our human being answering service after hours.
mm-hmm,
You know,
mm-hmm.
we had a service that I don't remember how much it was, but whatever it was way cheaper than losing a loan. I can tell you that, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
and I thought they did a fine job, but these AI answering services now crush these.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't think it beats a live person sitting in my office 24/7 answering the phone.
I
Ideally,
agree with that.
ideally a licensed person. But now you're talking about 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know, a couple hundred grand in employee expense,
Mm-hmm.
like literally 24 hours
Yeah.
a day. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple, couple
If you wanted it for 24 hours, heck yeah, it'd be a couple
100,
hundred grand.
150, 175,
Yeah.
200 grand, something like that. Yeah, this is like not even a day of that. Like it's
Yeah.
so dirt cheap. I know you provide it for the loan officers, but yeah, it's just the biggest no-brainer.
Well,
All right,
I tell you too, you just got to wrap your mind around more conversations, more earlier in the process, more borrowers, more conversations, more offers, more yeses.
hey, I'll give you. So this is the AI answering service in over in the my mortgage office over at Owen's company. So that number, and feel free to call it as you're listening to this. Feel free to call it. It's 734 206 7164. And we'll put it in the show notes too, but if in case you're on the treadmill as you're listening to this, 734-206-7164. Give that thing a call, and you can call it 24/7. So if you're on the treadmill at 4 o'clock in the morning, you can pause the treadmill and call it real quick. It's impressive. And Owen, I would say, not that anybody's trying to trick anybody, because that's not our
Yeah.
MO. That's not the way we do business. But I tell you, I would say the average person isn't going to know that it's not a real person. In fact, sometimes I'll get messages on this thing, and they didn't know.
Yeah.
Like again,
Well,
I'm
I
not trying
tell
to
you,
trick them, not trying to trick
yeah.
them, but
Well,
they
and
didn't
if
know.
somebody asks, it always responds truthfully. Hey, are
Of
you AI?
course,
Yes, I'm Carl White. Say yeah.
yeah,
And so, so there's no deception or anything like that. I think it's about, it's like what you said. You have a conversation with someone. How many times do you call a 1-800 number for customer service for a credit card or an airline or a department store or something like that? And you're just saying, please, Lord, let me talk to a real person, right?
yeah,
And that satisfies this itch. If you have somebody on a Saturday at 10:30 in the morning that calls the number and you're at your kid's soccer game and you want to watch your kid play soccer, right? We're all parents, and or a large majority of us are parents, and you have an opportunity to take a live transfer. They get a pre-qualification letter. You get a copy of the entire phone call. You can call them back in 30 minutes, an hour and 30 minutes on Monday or whatever. What are the chances that that person is now going to somebody else? I don't know, but it's less than before.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah. I,
yeah,
I love it.
yeah,
Good stuff, man. Well, I'm glad. So we were scheduled to
I'm
record a
excited.
podcast, and I said, hey, before we do that, how was the sales event? And you started going to this thing. I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I like the topics we had prepared, but well, no, this is really good
This
stuff.
might be our podcast. Yeah, who knows?
No, this is our yeah. This will. I think
Yeah.
this will do. So, hey, I have to tell you something though, and this is
Hmm.
a complete separate topic. You know what? I'll save it for our next episode. I'll save it for our next episode.
Okay.
That,
How's that? How's that
no,
for a tease? That's the Carl White version of Who Shot JR right
that's
there.
right. That's our official cliffhanger. So, all right, man. I think, dude, I think we're good. I think that's very interesting stuff. You got to be on the front end of these things. Yeah, it's not going to be a big deal. It's a big deal. Like it's a really big
Listen,
deal.
I,
'Cause-
I I think I think with all these AI things, right? A portion of us will be successful and a
Mhm,
portion of us won't latch on and won't be successful. And the success of one group will come at the expense of the other.
mhm.
you know so everybody listening to this podcast has the ability to be in the successful group. If you know Carl White and anybody who knows me, we come from a position of abundance. The whole purpose of this is to help you be in the successful group, but you've got to seek and seize the opportunity.
And you know what I think a I think a huge problem, this would be another topic too. A huge problem in our industry right now is, or for the loan officer, is that they know there's something to this AI thing. And I think most are spending time making cutesy little pictures
Hmm.
and don't understand. I gave an analogy the other day. It's like somebody's handed us in this industry
Hmm.
a cell phone, and
Hmm.
we're using it as a hammer.
Yeah.
It's such a
Well,
powerful thing when used in the right way and not just cutesy little fun stuff. Which cutesy little
I
fun stuff
think,
is fun, but not during business hours.
yeah, and I think, I remember, I think I was with you, Carl, the first time I saw AI or ChatGPT do an open house flyer. And we said,
Yeah.
make an open house flyer for 123 Main Street. And it came back, and the open house flyer was amazing. Now, in that version, right, 30% of the stuff was completely made up, and it wasn't. You
Sounded
had to go
good.
through, and
Sounded
yeah, you
good.
had to prove it, right, and everything. But it was amazing. But
Yeah.
we're like 6 generations ahead of that.
Yeah.
They you have got to use AI beyond content creation. If you're only using it for content creation, you are missing the boat. You've got to push your learning, push your thinking, most importantly, push your adoption. It's not hard. I promise you, you won't go back. You will
Yeah.
not go back. Of those people that we've got at Carl, this is God's honest truth. We have 102 people, 102 people that have gone on that system that you gave the telephone number for. We had one person move off it. One. 101 to 1. I mean,
Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And that reminds, and not bashing the one, right? Because I don't even know who it is.
Yeah.
And it helped. Maybe it was me
Not
and I didn't
important.
know it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was me. I didn't know it. But, I never forget, I had a dear friend of mine, tell me you can be in control or you can grow, but you can't be both. You can be in control or you can grow, but you can't do both. And it doesn't mean that my office is on the wild, wild west. I don't have anything what's going on. But in other words, if I'm going to do everything myself, that's okay. That's okay,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't expect to grow, and that's okay. If
Yep.
you're closing year 2 or 3 or 4, and you're going, hey man, I'm good. I don't need any help with anything. Awesome. But if you want to scale this thing, you gotta delegate out.
Well, I go back to what I said earlier. Look at what the competition is doing. When somebody opens the Redfin app, and there's 50 million people that have downloaded the Redfin app, just Google it, right?
Yeah.
50 million people, and they search a rental payment or do a mortgage calculator or search a property at, 123 Main Street in St. Louis, Missouri. I guarantee you the Rocket Mortgage loan officer is going to contact that person 100 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
And if they don't, they won't be working there very long, right?
Yeah.
And that's who our competition is. The great news, the position of abundance is the products are available. We have the products right now. And we're not the world's biggest lender, not by a long shot, right? But we do our homework, and we're at the forefront. The products are available for you to win in that environment. It's just a matter of, are you going to seek them out and act on the opportunity?
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Cool. I think we're good, man.
Great.
We'll put this in the can.
Yeah.
I liked your other topics, but dude, I thought this was, every now and then you gotta put some out there that's got a little sex appeal to it, and as soon as you
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
AI, it's got Chippendales written all over it. It just,
Owen Lee and sex appeal, 2 words
yeah,
or
yeah.
seve're words that are
Well,
not often
and
used in the
Chippendale,
same
add the
sentence.
third one,
Oh,
Chippendale.
yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
now you got the
Excellent.
trifecta. So good stuff, man.
Yeah, now we're doing a comedy show.
Oh, Owen Lee, founder, CEO of Success Mortgage Partners. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, Carl.
Hey, let me give you that number one more time. It is
Yep.
734-206-7164. Just call it up, and you can either tell it you're a loan officer, or you can tell it, pretend that you're a buyer, and or somebody needs to get pre-approved, and let it walk you through it. So it'll be. Hey, just do me a favor at the end. Just say, "Hey, I'm a loan officer, just doing a demo," so that we don't think you're looking to do an application, and we call up and trying to you're trying to pull a credit on you, something like that. Because God knows I don't need to spend the extra $587 each for the credit pool. So
Oh,
right,
that's a topic for another podcast.
that is a topic. All right, guys. Hey, thanks a lot for listening. We appreciate it. Feel free to forward this to your friends. We always appreciate those reviews. It helps get the word out, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.